Welcome, they call me Big Herc, and on this channel you will see basic motorcycle install videos, wind therapy, vlogging, just our motorcycle life, enjoying each other's company and meeting new people and going to new places. My adventurous side exploring life with my not so adventurous wife, but we enjoy doing things together and it's a match made in heaven. Welcome back, guys. It's your guy Big Herc 80. Today on this episode, we're going to be doing an install on my 2018 Street Glide. Already got the tools that I know I'm going to need laid out on my table. And let me just show you what we're going to be doing today. Now, before y'all think that I'm going with the sound stream, this is actually the new GTS. Harley GTS radio, the one I've been wanting for my Street Glide. Bought it from a gentleman because he has switched over to the sound stream. So, there it is. It's not the sound stream, but it's the Harley GTS radio. Me personally, I want to stick with the GTS because I didn't want to lose the function of the navigation. No, it's not a big deal for some, but to me, I've actually been out riding and lose cell phone signal and just say the road was closed or I had to take a detour or whatever. Without cell phone, you either got to go all the way back from the way you came, or if you got GPS, put in the location and it'll take you there. So it's just a preference for me. And I wanted to upgrade it just to get the newer GTS so it just flows, it blends, and looks better. Okay, already got the stuff laid out that I know I'm gonna need. To take the trim off, my Custom Dynamics trim, it is a T25, I'm about positive. And then to take the inner fairing bolts, to take the bolts out of the inner fairing that hold the outer fairing on, they are T27. What I like to do is get this windshield trim off first. So I'm gonna be lazy and get my Milwaukee drill. So only got 3 of them. Take them off. And what I do, I take this one out to get the windshield out, then I put it back. So once I take off the bolts that hold on the outer fairing, this fairing just won't fall down on me. Switch over, get my T27, and you have 2 of them. You have 2, one here and one up above it on each side. The bottom one is longer than the top one. Yeah. No, top one's longer than the bottom. My fault. Then I gotta rotate these handlebars. Oh, now one thing that I do also, I just take some old coveralls and lay down to cover that fender. Need to buy me a fender pad, protector, whatever you want to call them. I just haven't bought one yet. Haven't seen the need to buy it. Now straighten my handlebars back up. I like to try to keep it straight. Now I will take this one off and I'll just roll it over for now. Let it kind of hang, well, no, let me do this. See, it pulls right out. And what I do, so I ain't gotta try to hold that. I go ahead and put the screw back in the center to kind of hold it in place. Get my Custom Dynamics light. Unplug it. It's off. Now, what I'm gonna have to do is look and see exactly the bolts that holds that on. Might even have to, might unhook this battery and amp. All right, I'm gonna cut my zip ties off and go from there. Got just a little push on the bottom and it releases. Set that up there. As to the USB, goes in the little cubby. As to the FM radio. Now what I can do with this Stinger amp that I have, I can just pop all this out of the way. And people want to say that stuff don't hold it. It's double-sided. Whew, that was on there. I'm gonna leave that one corner on for now. Gotta press in here and rotate it around, and it pulls right out. Okay, so what I'm gonna have to do, I was hoping I didn't, I couldn't remember, but I'm gonna have to remove these 4 bolts on top. They are, I think, let me double check. I think they were the T25. Yep, same as the windshield trim. But I'm also gonna have to remove basically this tray. So I'm gonna have to go over here, remove the bolts on this side, over here, pop off this wiring harness to my tack and speed armor and all that to get this out of the way to get to the actual bolts for the deck. Ain't a problem, just time consuming. But yeah, T25s, get these. And sure those are, yep, T25 also. So they all are T25, so I ain't got to switch sockets or anything. And then that whole thing should come out, then I can get these. I've already got this side out. I'm going to show you. You got a little connector that goes into here to hold the wire harness in place. Same way over here. If you grab it, just keep working it, it'll pull right out. I'll take a small screwdriver, get under it, and come from the other side. Pulls right out. And then now that's out of the way. Oh well, 2 total, so 2, 4, 8, 9. Well, I've got them all out so far. I went to pull it, see it ain't coming. Well, come to find out, there's one right there holding on that USB. So, get that one also. All of these were the same size, T25. And what I did with these screws, I just put them in on the opposite side, so I ain't gotta worry about trying to keep up with them. So we're gonna move that screw. This should slide right out. You can already see that it's loose. That's the only thing that's holding it. And then I should be able to put, I think it was 3/16, and get these screws or the bolts that hold the deck in, or the unit. You got 4. Okay guys, just gonna show you what we got going on. Like I told you, those screws was 3/16 that hold the deck in. Well, the Allen set that I have, socket set, 3/16, is a star. So just make sure when you are working on it, you have the right stuff. I can get it with this T-handle, but it's just a little bit more aggravating because it ain't long enough. So see what I mean? When you got the right stuff, it works perfectly. And that's how it comes out. You got them 4 bolts, then it comes right out. What I'm gonna see now is actually how good it fits. But the one thing I already see that I gotta do, and I've seen it on NVS audio site. If you notice, the bottom of the Street Glide radio has a bump in it. Right there. This one don't have it. So I'm gonna have to keep playing with it until I get the position I want, and it fits like I want it. Now, to make sure I don't scratch the screen up, I'm actually going to remove my speedometer tach. Hoping that's a T25 like everything else has been, but we about to find out. Yep. I'm gonna sit no, I ain't gonna sit them over there. Sit it in here. I would hate to put that deck in and scratch up the screen of it before I ever get it installed. Now, it's simple as I'm just dry fitting it. And that's what we gotta do. Or that's what I decided to do. Don't take a chance of damaging the screen. So I'm gonna get the deck bolted in where I want it, how I want it. I decided not to grind off the bottom of this head unit. It fits good. There is a slight gap there, but the factory had a slight gap. And I'm gonna ride with it that way and see how I like it. See if there's any issues. If not, I'm gonna keep it that way. Get my 4 bolts back in. I'm actually gonna try something. I really don't want to grind on the new head unit to get over this hump. It wasn't that big of a gap. I'm actually gonna put some weather stripping, foam weather stripping. I don't know who already had this up here, but it was already here, so I'm guessing from the factory. So I'm gonna add a piece here, here, and right there. So I'm gonna try this thin one first. It was fist gaps 1/8 to 5/16. Like I said, we're gonna put a piece there, here, and across the bottom. That should be dry from the cleaning of it. And then I'm going to put, how big of a piece am I gonna put? See how this works. If I don't like it, I'll take it back off. But we're gonna try it for now. And what I'm actually gonna do is just stick it right on top of this piece that's already there. And I'm gonna put a small piece here and there. Yeah, let's see how that looks. if I notice a difference. Do like it better. I still know it's there, but if you don't know it's there, you would never notice it. Happy with it. Now I'll get my bolts lined back up. I will start with this back one. Put that up now because I'm done with my T-handles. Oh, no. Getting ahead of myself. Need to put this speedometer tap back in first. Alright, let's just let that hang. These were the one that's got had the washer built onto it already, basically. One on each side. And I've said it before, but this is one reason I keep my my little magnetic tray, just to get screws and I don't lose them. How that one started with my hand, with my fingers. Yeah, I'll go ahead and put that back on. I don't need that big long extension, so I'm gonna use this shorty. Just get this to hold it in place so it don't roll off on me. Now we're at the, basically almost at the finish line. So what we're gonna do is tighten all the bolts back up that we loosened up to take this tray out. I've already flipped them around. I'm gonna get these first. And as soon as I get this buttoned up, I'm going to put my amp back, hook everything up. I checked it before when I bought it and it powered up, but I just wanted to double check and make sure everything's good still. Now I'm going to take these, hook this one up first. Oh, it's a little harder to get to. Now you do with this, you just put it in there, get it started, and then pull it around. Locks on. This is to the GPS. And we'll find the USB one. Right, here it is. And I will zip tie all this stuff back up, clean it up. Now let's power it up. Set. I delete them phones out of there. But that is what it looks like. That's what I've been wanting to get. All my buttons still work, which they should. I wasn't expecting them not to work. Power it back off. Okay guys, so what I'm gonna do now, I'm gonna clean all my wires back up, zip tie them together, just to clean this up so it don't look so bad. I'm gonna get my zip ties. Some of them was tied up to this little part here. I don't know if I'm gonna do that because I didn't do that. But I'm gonna clean up my wires, the cables, and get the furnace put back on. Hey, I got everything buttoned back. Well, I got all the wires zip tied back up like I want them and tucked away. Now, me and wifey, she's gonna help me put it back on. We're gonna get the furnace put back on. There it is as of yet, or now. With the furnace put back on, buttoned up, it should be done. Here it is, the finished product. Got the frame put back on. I guess wifey wants to take that my generic fender cover off. But got it put back together. I'm gonna cut it on just to show y'all. I'm gonna try to take it to one day this week down to Jay at Volunteer Audio to get him to flash the radio. Cut it down. So everything is it, powers up, everything works. If you notice a gap there, you might would see it, but since you don't know, I done went through all the buttons. Yeah, it powers it down. Everything works like it should. I'm happy with it. Gotta set the clock and go from there. Just want to say, guys, thanks for watching. Like, share, and subscribe. Until next time.